Mario himself may be the true star of the franchise, but that doesn't mean there aren't a ton of different stars scattered all throughout the series. While most of them may not be too different design-wise, I came across several I had never heard of before while doing research for this video, and when I was done, I had a list longer than I anticipated. With mushrooms and flowers, which we previously tackled, I knew there were a ton, but how many stars there really are truly goes under the radar. But no longer. In about 15 minutes from now, you will be familiar with every star that has ever appeared in the Mario series. Let's get things started with by far the 3 most well-known stars, all 3 of which have the exact same design but serve wildly different purposes. Probably the most famous of all is the Superstar, also known as the Starman. This is the power-up that originated from the original Super Mario Bros. And has since become a staple of the series, appearing in countless spin-offs as well. Should probably go without saying, but this turns the user invincible while playing a banging tune. Then we have the Power Stars, the main collectibles in several 3D Mario games. They famously originated from Super Mario 64, but reprised their role in the Mario Galaxy games. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker and Mario Pinball Land also feature Power Stars frequently. The third entry of the basic star trinity is just flat out called a star, without adjectives. This is the main collectible from the Mario Party games, found on star spaces where they can be yours for the low price of 20 coins. However, as the Mario Party series progressed, the developers started to play around with the conventions of the stars more and more, leading to several more entries hailing from this spin-off series. These range from barely worth considering a separate entity to a different thing entirely. For example, the bonus star is seen as a separate kind of star, but it really is just a regular Mario Party star given out during the bonus rounds instead of the main game. On the other hand, we have the Star or Z-Star, also known as Shadow Stars and Dark Stars. Obtaining one of these causes the player to lose a star, so it's definitely not one you want to get your hands on. I've always felt its design conveyed it pretty well. Who would have guessed a simple black color scheme could make stars look so intimidating? Well, apparently it's the eyes doing some heavy lifting, because Mario Party 9's mini Z-Stars don't exactly look worrying. This game decides regular stars and Z-Stars are too big, and so opts for focusing on mini stars and Z-Stars instead. They function effectively the same, just in larger numbers due to their smaller size, but the design is now eyeless and the mini stars are also rainbow colored instead of yellow. Just like Mario Party, most 3D Mario games also revolve for a large part around stars, and that means they also introduced plenty of alternate forms. Super Mario 64 mostly keeps it simple, with the at the time new Power Stars, but does end the game with a Jumbo Star, a more powerful version that is obtained by defeating Bowser in the final level, and has the ability to free Peach from the glass window she was trapped in. The sequel, Super Mario Sunshine, would not feature Power Stars at all, but the game's equivalent, the Shine Sprite, is still a variant of a star regardless. Lore-wise, these sprites gather at the Shine Gate above Delvino Plaza, but scatter at the start of the game, causing a haze to block out the sunlight on the island. Not exactly the most powerful stars of the video, that's for sure. The next 3D games, Galaxy and Galaxy 2, are literally set among the stars, so it shouldn't really be a surprise that a lot of stars were introduced in these games. Some I'm sure you haven't forgotten about, mostly because they have become closely associated with Rosalina since, like the Grand Star, the power source for the Comet Observatory, which has since often served as her symbol, or the Launch Star, which fired Mario from planet to planet and is commonly seen in Rosalina's spin-off movesets. A weaker version of the latter, the Sling Star, also frequently appears in the Galaxy games, but has barely featured since. Another star used for traversal in these games is the Pool Star, which must be pointed at with the Wii Remote to make Mario float towards their location. I don't know about you, but I always hated these, so I don't mind that they never reappeared. That said, they do actually make one appearance beyond the Galaxy titles. The widely popular Mini Mario and Friends Amiibo Challenge features them under the name Gravity Wells in the game's Galaxy levels. The actual Galaxy games have even more stars to cover though, most of them being collectibles. There are the Green Stars, of which only 3 appear in the first game, but 120 in Galaxy 2. Their true moment in the spotlight would be in Super Mario 3D World though, where they are the main collectible of the game. Silver Stars may have debuted in Super Mario 64 DS, but also commonly appear in the Galaxy games. They are simply fractions of a Power Star, with a clear exchange rate of 5 silver stars to create 1 power star. There's also not 1, but 2 variations of red colored stars in the Galaxy games. One is simply called a red star, and is a power-up that allows Mario to fly through the air, not too dissimilar to the wing cap. The red power star is a collectible, which only appears in Gateway Galaxy, the first galaxy of the first game. Other power stars Mario is after are found trapped in balls, known creatively as star balls. While I guess this isn't specifically a kind of star, I still figured I should mention these items and their infamous levels anyway. Since these power stars are visually identical to the aforementioned superstar, these games decided to introduce a different star to mimic the iconic power-up. The rainbow star is named after the effect it has always had on Mario, causing him to flicker in rainbow colors, and can only be found in the 2 Galaxy games. Finally, a Galaxy 2 exclusive is a star you may have entirely missed throughout your playthroughs, the Bronze Star. This is a regular power star but rusty, and can only be collected when beating a level with the help of the Cosmic Spirit. They do count as power stars, but serve as a reminder you have yet to collect the true one. And if you still have bronze variants in your collection, you cannot challenge the final Grandmaster Galaxy. Since Mario 3D Land doesn't feature stars, 3D World went all in on green stars, and Odyssey prefers moons, we have to fast forward all the way to Bowser's Fury for the final star from the 3D games. The Catshine, the main collectible of the game, may not share the name, but its design leaves no question about its starry origin. This design is noteworthy though, as I would say it's easily the star with the most personality in its design in this entire video. While not even close to being as prominent as in the 3D games, the 2D Mario Bros games have introduced the world to some new stars as well, so I suggest we look at those next before returning to the world of spin-offs. A very minor kind of star can be found all the way back in Super Mario World. Whenever you finish a stage in this game, your bonus point total is written in a starry font consisting of gold stars, as these little ones are named. New Super Mario Bros. Prominently features big stars as the main collectible of the Mario vs Luigi mode. Whoever collects the required amount wins. Visually though, these are identical to the game's superstars, just a tad larger. Unlike most other collectible stars in the series, these can also be lost by receiving damage. For an entry in the non-sentient, no ice department, we have to go to New Super Mario Bros. U, which featured star lifts, platforms that rotate depending on where you jump on them. They're rare though, only appearing in 1 level in Super Mario Bros. U and 1 level in Super Luigi U. Another exclusive star can be found in Super Mario Run, which most fans may not consider a true entry in the series, but Nintendo actually does, I'm pretty sure. The Coin Rush star only appears in the game's Toad Rally mode, after the player has built up its gauge. Then, this blue star appears and Coin Rush begins, causing coins to appear way more frequently. As any loyal viewer of these kinds of videos will know by now, the RPG titles are always a goldmine of new and unique item types. And that's no different with stars, with all Mario RPGs contributing a decent amount. I mean, the original Mario RPG game was literally subtitled Legend of the 7 Stars. How obvious do you want to make it? The titular 7 stars are actually star pieces, which combine together to form Star Road, an actual location and the home of the stars. Here, wishes are turned into wish stars, with Mario actually able to read the wishes from characters in the game. While most are lifted straight from the original for the Nintendo Switch remake, one is altered. In the original game, Luigi wished to be a great plumber like Mario, but in the remake, he wants to help out Mario instead. Bro lost his passion. It's always a shame to see. Paper Mario also has its fair share of stars to go around, most of which are sentient, which I will tackle a little later. First, a look at the item Shooting Star, which appears in the first 3 Paper Mario games. It causes stars to shoot down from the skies above, not sure what else you expected. While not literal stars, the first 2 games also feature star points as a sort of experience and level up mechanic, which I figured was worth mentioning. The 1000-Year Door revolves entirely around collecting the crystal stars, required to open the titular door. Each also allows Mario to perform a special move, which range in usefulness from incredibly strong to why would you ever use this. Super Paper Mario features a power-up known as the Mega Star. It essentially combines the Superstar with the Mega Mushroom, having the appearance of the first but the effect of the latter. The next game in the series, Sticker Star, features a star quite prominently in its story again, being the Sticker Comet. This star-shaped object appears on the night of the Sticker Fest, and has Mario's sidekick Kirsty riding along. Bowser attempts to take it for himself, and after he is launched into it, the comet is shattered into smaller comet pieces, which are again star-shaped and the main collectible of the game. Stars would continue to play a huge role in the next game, Color Splash. Each of the game's levels ends when collecting a mini paint star, colorful variants that resemble grand stars in their design. Defeating bosses rewards Mario with a big paint star that sport a design more reminiscent of Shine Sprites and now have eyes. You know, we really need more information on the significance of eyes in the Mario games. It seems completely arbitrary which items do and do not have them. Anyway, let's move on to the Mario and Luigi titles. Also, always happy to introduce some new variants of familiar items. However, almost all stars that appear in these titles are sentient, with one sole exception. Bowser's inside story revolves around Toads getting sick with the blorbs, and according to Dr. Toadley, the solution to this problem is the Star Cures, 3 objects that combine into the miracle cure, a star-shaped vaccine, I guess. They're really the main collectible of the latter half of the game, and the bros use it to destroy the barrier of the true villain of the game, a sentient star known as the Dark Star. Not a whole lot is known about this entity or where it's from, beyond its great dark power. We do know it can't speak, however. Well, not until it possesses Bowser at least. An even stronger variant, the Dark Star X, appears as an optional boss in the Boss Gauntlet. Interestingly enough, its design is wildly different between the original and the remake, switching from red to yellow. Definitely feels like red fits its evil origins a lot better, but that's just me. This game also introduces us to a race of sentient stars known as the Star Sprites, of which Starlo is without a doubt the most famous. That said, others of her kind are not really shown, only 3 apparent elders make an appearance. The original Mario and Luigi title, Superstar Saga, also features a sentient star central to the plot, known as the Bean Star. It can grant wishes, but while asleep, it can only be awoken by someone with a pure voice, which is Princess Peach. Cagletta and Fawful are after it, but when Mario and Luigi find that out, they try tricking her with a fake Bean Star, although they are unsuccessful. Sentient stars are far from Mario and Luigi exclusive though, like I already alluded to. The original Paper Mario features the 7 star spirits: Eldstar, Memar, Scholar, Muscular, Mistar, Clevor and Kalmar, which are held captive by Bowser and serve as the main objective of the game. Young members of their species are known as Star Kids, which grow up in the Starborn Valley. One individual known as Twink is the partner of Princess Peach. Next, the enthralling narrative of Mario Party 3 revolves around the Millennium Star, which also serves as the host of this game, dedicated to Y2K. Believe it or not, the Millennium Star is actually the subject of the greatest plot twist in Mario Party history. But if you want to know more about that, check out my video on Mario Party stories. If we dial back the clock to the first sentient star in Mario series history, we land in 1992, when Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins released. The star level of Space Zone features enemies known as just stars, that are the only enemy in the game that cannot be defeated. Another fun fact about them is that their artwork for the game is exactly the same as the Starman artwork for Super Mario Bros., meaning the expression doesn't match how they appear in-game at all. The most recent sentient star of the collection is Stella, Princess Peach's partner from her latest game, Princess Peach Showtime. She is the guardian of the Sparkle Feeder, the game's setting, and grants Peach the power of the Sparkle. Now, throughout this video, we have seen plenty of stars that are definitely very dear to Mario. Some are his friends, some are surely among his favorite power-ups, but only one is truly his. This is Mario Star, a collectible from the original Luigi's Mansion. Since the other collectibles are Mario's shoes, hat and glove, I think it's fair to say he just carries this with him every day like it's his wallet or keys. You never know when you may need it, I guess. And last but not least, I have the most niche star of this entire video. If you already knew about this one, then I don't believe you. This is the Grand Superstar, a skill that appears in Puzzle & Dragons Super Mario Bros. Edition. This is a tile matching puzzle game, a free-to-play mobile title that crossed over with the Mario series to bring the game to 3DS. It did release worldwide back in 2015, but I've literally never heard anyone talk about this game, so if there are any Puzzle & Dragons fans watching this right now, let yourselves be known in the comments. In fact, leave a comment with whatever's on your mind. What's your favorite star? And any idea what I should cover next? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel to stay updated on all my future Mario content coming up. For now, thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.